There is no such thing as absolute audiophile hearing, but absolute pitch does exist. It is the ability to identify a note without comparing it to a reference. And here is a screenshot from Wikipedia. Now I am going to play a few notes for you, and you try to identify exactly which notes I played. Let's begin. Did you figure it out? Please write in the comments, and in about 1 or 2 minutes I will tell you exactly which notes I played. In the meantime, let us talk about audiophile myths. Audiophile myths claim that for your system to sound absolutely correct and audiophile grade, you need to buy thick, overpriced cables and place them on cable risers. Your amplifier must have special overpriced fuses, specifically produced by specially trained people who know exactly what your amplifier needs. You definitely need an expensive damping brick to harmonize the vibrations of your amplifier. And for this brick to work, you definitely need to install a pyramidal harmonizer on top of it, and only then will you truly hear the sound of your system. In reality, all of this is utter nonsense and marketing fairy tales. Well, let me tell you which notes I played. I played 4 C notes in different octaves, and I wonder if you guessed them or not. If you did, then you are a lucky one. If you can identify which note is currently playing, then you are a person with absolute pitch, and such people do exist. They are musicians, they are professionals in the sound industry who work with real musical instruments every day, singing, playing, recording, and teaching others how to play their instruments. I, for one, do not play. And if you think that by buying a miracle cable for 10,000 euros, you will hear the note C in some different way, well, I believe that is not the case. But most importantly, your opinion is what matters. Please leave a comment. The most important thing for an audiophile or a music lover to enjoy their stereo system and the music we listen to on it is our hearing, which is given to us only once in this lifetime, and that is why it must be protected. And I want to tell you how I protect my hearing and share this experience with you. First, never listen to music too loud. The normal listening level at which our hearing, our imperfect hearing, begins to clearly perceive low, mid, and high frequencies is approximately 70 decibels. You can download an app called Sound Level Meter from the App Store or Google Play. There are tons of them and they are free. And with this app, you can measure the volume level of your system. For example, at 70 decibels, you can listen to music for a long time and comfortably. Nothing will happen to your hearing. But as soon as you turn up the volume to make it rock, up to 80, 90, or 100 decibels, guys, Houston, we have a problem. At this volume level, you can lose your hearing very quickly, so slow down. For instance, I love listening to music with headphones. There is not a single day in my life when I do not listen to music with headphones. And headphones are very dangerous in terms of damaging our hearing. After all, when we start listening to music with headphones, we lose track of whether it is playing loudly or not. We always want to crank it up even more because we know for sure that we most likely won't disturb the neighbors. To prevent this from happening, I use a little trick. I turn on the music in my headphones at minimum volume, well, at about 1/3. And then I gradually increase it until I begin to clearly hear the bass, the mids, and the highs. And as soon as I hear it, I don't raise the volume level any further. Because if you crank up your headphones so they are screaming at volume levels above 90 decibels and do that all day long, you will most likely damage your hearing. This is especially true for small in-ear monitors. As a rule, they sound quite good and very loud, even when connected to a phone. Therefore, be extremely careful with them. In small in-ear monitors, it is very easy to lose control over the volume level of your system. Next, we all live in cities or in the countryside. And as a rule, where there are people, there is noise. Cars are driving, planes are flying, and trains are running. People work with various tools, drills, hammer drills, trimmers, chainsaws, and everything else. Did you know that the noise level of a trimmer can reach 114 or even 120 decibels? The noise level of a lawnmower can reach 100 or even 110 decibels. That is very loud. And if you use all these terrible tools for more than a few minutes, guys, you absolutely must use hearing protection earmuffs. Such earmuffs are sold in any hardware store and are relatively inexpensive. I bought mine a few years ago for, I think, 3 or 5 euros. And I have them in my toolbox all the time. As soon as I take out a drill to do some drilling, I immediately put on passive noise-cancelling earmuffs. Of course, you can use modern active ones too. Active noise-cancelling earmuffs are also very great. A separate place where it is very easy to damage your hearing is all sorts of events. Concerts, children's sporting events, and other public gatherings where there is a lot of public noise. As a rule, well, here in Latvia, public sound is practically unregulated, and they blast it at such a volume that it is just insane. And therefore, if you are going to a concert or to a children's trampoline park where music is playing and kids are screaming, take noise-cancelling earmuffs with you. You will save your hearing. The next point you need to pay attention to is driving a car. If you are driving around the city, everything is fine, nothing to worry about. As a rule, inside a car driving around the city, the noise level rarely exceeds 80 or 85 decibels. It is nothing to worry about. But as soon as we head out of town in a car, the hardcore begins. So look, I am driving in the countryside and the speedometer shows 90 kilometers per hour. And look at the incredible noise level we have going on inside the car. The noise level here is between 90 and 100 decibels. This means that you won't be able to hear any normal music with good quality. Now let's take a look at the spectrum of this noise. The main noise is concentrated in the low frequency spectrum from 20 to about 80 Hz. You can see the peaks here. Interestingly, this noise extends up to 10,000 Hz. In the middle you can see a vertical green strip, and after 10,000 Hz it starts to taper off. This means that in principle you won't hear high quality sound in a car. Another negative aspect of car noise is that with prolonged exposure to such noise, your hearing begins to lose sensitivity. Let me clarify what it means for hearing to lose sensitivity. You begin to hear less clearly. And this means that after a 3 or 4 hour car ride with this noise level, you will become, well, sort of a little bit deaf. Cars can easily produce 90, 100 or even 110 decibels of noise inside the cabin. Sometimes it seems to us that everything is fine and that it is not even all that noisy in the car. But the thing is that simply by using soundproofing and sound insulating materials, manufacturers just shift the noise from the audible zone to the barely audible one. And as a rule, there is a constant low-frequency hum in the car at 30 Hz, which we hear poorly but perceive very well, and it affects our hearing and our well-being. Therefore, if you are setting off on a long trip out of town by car, take noise-cancelling earmuffs with you. This can save your hearing. And finally, the main symptoms that it was too loud, and it is time to slow down and use some noise-reducing or noise-cancelling techniques or items. The very first thing is that when you leave a noisy place, it seems to you that everything around is very quiet. And this is the first symptom that it was too loud. And next time, bring headphones or earplugs. And the second, already dangerous symptom is when your ears start ringing. as soon as your ears start ringing, Houston, we have a problem. This means that we can lose our hearing permanently, because our hearing is that kind of thing. It recovers and then we hear normally. But if we have spent too much time in a noisy room, usually if the noise is over 100 decibels, then after 15 minutes we are already entering the danger zone and our hearing may not recover. And then no magic cables and no miracle harmonizers will make your stereo system sound better than it did before, back when you could listen to it with your healthy ears. Therefore, dear friends, take care of your ears, take care of your health. All the best to everyone. This was Arkady Zenin from Premium Hi-Fi. We are located in Riga and we connect people with sound. That is all for now. And may the force of the sound that is right for you be with you. Come visit us.